What's good, YouTube? Sensational Sinceres here, and I'm back with another Tom Clancy's The Division Vendor Reset video. We're here for November 13th, 2020's Vendor Reset. So let's get right into this and see what we got good for this week. Okay, so for our first gear items, we're going to head over to the base operations. Here, the Dark Zone Gear Vendor has a custom L86A2. Here go the stats for it. And also here we got a prototype stamina mod with 265 stamina and 3,174 skill power. And also here we got a vertical grip foliage green with 48% optimal range, 4% crit hit damage, and 4% reload speed. For our next gear items, we're still at the base operations. Head over to the gear vendor here, and we got a Gunslinger vest with the talent Vigorous on there, and here's the stats. For our next gear items, we're still at the base operations. Head over to the advanced weaponry vendor, and here we got a police UMP45. If you'd like to run this weapon, here goes the stats. Also here we got a SASG12. Here goes the stats. Also here we got an extended magazine with 110% magazine size, 5% reload speed, and 2.50% crit hit chance. For our next gear items, we're still at the base operations. Head over to the special equipment vendor, and here we got a surplus SVD. Here go the stats. Also here we got a classic M60. Here's the stats. Also here we got a Spec Ops armor with the talent Reckless on there. Also here we got an operator pack with the talent Specialized on it. Also here we got a large suppressor FDE with 18% crit hit damage, 2.50% crit hit chance, and 4.50% optimal range. For our next gear items, we're still at the base operations. Head over to the special blueprints vendor, and here we got a military M9 blueprint with a gear score of 256. We also got a firearms mask blueprint with a gear score of 256. For our next gear items, we're going to head over to the cavern. Here the gear vendor has a tactical vest with the talent Vigorous on there. And also here we got a prototype electronics mod with 256 electronics and 3% skill haste. For our next gear items, we're going to head over to Kerman's Station. Here the weapons vendor has an Omega rifle suppressor with 17.50% headshot damage, 4% crit hit damage, and 5% optimal range. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to Camp Clinton. Here the special equipment vendor has a historian. Here goes the stats. Also here we got a military MG5. Here is the stats. Also here we got an operator mask with the talent Refreshed on there. Also here we got an operator vest with the talent Rapid on there. Also here we got a heavy magazine spring with 12% magazine size, 4.50% reload speed, and 10.40% rate of fire. For our next gear items, we're still at Camp Clinton. Head over to the special blueprints vendor, and here we got a classic RPK-74 blueprint with a gear score of 256. We also got a stamina knee pads blueprint with a gear score of 256. We also got some electronic gloves blueprint with a gear score of 256. And also here we got an angle grip red blueprint with a power level 34. For our next gear items, we're going to head over to Dante's Run. Here the gear vendor has some tactical gloves with the talent Savaged on there. Here's the stats. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to Madison's Stand. Here the gear vendor has a Spec Ops pack with the talent Relentless on there. Here's the stats. And also here we got a prototype performance mod with 4% mobile cover damage resilience. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to West 31st Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has an operator mask with the talent Rehabilitated on it. And also here we got a prototype performance mod with 7.50% turret health. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to West 34th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a tactical pack with the talent Relentless on there. Here's the stats. Also here we got a prototype performance mod with 5% first aid self-heal. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to West 39th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a tactical mask with the talent Rehabilitated on there. Here's the stats. And also here we got a prototype performance mod with 4.50% ballistic shield damage resilience. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to West 42nd Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a prototype performance mod with 5% support station healing speed. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to West 53rd Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a tactical mask with the talent Refreshed on there. Here's the stats. And also here we got a prototype performance mod with 5.50% first aid ally heal. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to East 64th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone Gear mod vendor has a prototype firearms mod with 266 firearms and 3% skill haste. And also here we got a prototype performance mod with 3.50% turret damage. For our next gear items, we're going to head over to East 61st Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone weapon mod vendor has a heavy magazine spring with 11.50% magazine size, 4% crit hit damage, and 11% rate of fire. For our next gear items, you can head over to East 58th Street Checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone gear vendor has a operator mask with the talent Rehabilitated on there. Here's the stats. Also here we got a tactical vest with the talent Rapid on there. Also here we got a Spec Ops pack with the Talent Inventive on there. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to the Park Ave checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone Weapons vendor has a custom P416G3. Here's the stats. Also here we got an M700 Carbon. Here's the stats. And also here we got a Black Market M60E6. Here's the stats. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to East 53rd Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has an operator mask with the Talent Enduring on there. Here's the stats. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to East 42nd Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has an operator pack with the Talent Specialized on there. Here's the stats. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to East 40th Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a classic M60. Here's the stats. And also here we got a small grip with 19% crit hit damage, 2.50% stability, and 4.50% reload speed. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to East 31st Street checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a prototype electronics mod with 264 electronics and 3,119 health. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to the 5th Ave checkpoint. Here the Dark Zone vendor has a military G36. Here's the stats. And also here we got an extended magazine with 114% magazine size, 5% reload speed, and 5.50% rate of fire. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to DZ2 Safe Room. Here the Dark Zone gear vendor has a tactical vest with the Talent Rapid on there. Here's the stats of it. Also here we got operator pack with the Talent Specialized on there. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to DZ3 Safe Room. Here the Dark Zone weapons vendor has a converted USC if you like to run this weapon. Here's the stats. Also here we got a tactical MK16. Here's the stats for this. Also here we got a Black Market SASG-12S. Here's the stats for this. Also here we got a Solcom MK20 SSR. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to DZ5 Safe Room. Here the Dark Zone weapon mod vendor has a heavy magazine spring with 4% reload speed, 3% crit hit chance, and 11.10% rate of fire. And also here we got a large suppressor FDE with 18% crit hit damage, 2% accuracy, and 5% optimal range. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to DZ8 Safe Room. Here the Dark Zone gear vendor has a Spec Ops mask with the Talent Rehabilitated on it. Here's the stats. Also here we got a Spec Ops armor with the Talent Vigorous on there. For our next gear items, you're going to head over to DZ9 Safe Room. Here the Dark Zone weapon mod vendor has a Tyrant suppressor with 7% crit hit chance, 6% headshot damage, and 4% crit hit damage. Alright everybody, that's it for our Tom Clancy's The Division vendor reset video for November 13th, 2020's vendor reset. I hope everybody tuned into it, found something that they needed. Smash on that sub and like button, y'all. I appreciate that support. I hope that the way I'm doing the video right now and the last one, y'all think it's straight. If y'all think it's not, let me know in the comment section. I appreciate the feedback. I'm just trying to make these videos a little bit quicker for y'all to go through. Check me out on Twitch. I stream on there sometimes. Check me out on Twitter, Instagram. And that's good looking out for you, boy. And I'll see y'all with the next one, everybody. Take care. Peace.